matrix will be a null matrix. Okay. Then ADL matrix, it is for the net fixed end moment. So we have to find out the net fixed end moment acting on that particular node. That will be ADL matrix. Next will be for the stiffness matrix. So we have to give the unit positive rotation at various nodes to get the stiffness matrix. Then we have to use the stiffness equation to find out the unknown deformation. So using this stiffness equation, we have to find out this unknown displacement matrix. So what are the elements are there in this unknown displacement matrix? It may be theta b, theta c, and so on. That we have to find out. So once you get that unknown displacement, then next task is that we have to use the slope deflection equation. Get the slope deflection equation to find out the final moment. Okay, once you get the final moment, then draw the SFD and VMD. So these are the steps that we have to follow. Now today we will discuss the numerical. So this is the continuous beam. This is the continuous beam having both end as a fixed. Okay. Now we know that for a continuous beam, so variety of numericals will be both end supports that may be fixed, or one of the end support that may be simple. Then third will be a continuous beam. It may have the overhanging span. It may have the overhanging span. And the last one, it may have the support settlement or the sinking of support. It may be there. So these are the four types of numerical that we have to discuss as that of the unit number 1 and 2. Okay. Now initially we will discuss about the both end are fixed for a given beam if both end supports are the fixed one. So this is ABC beam is there. Okay. So for this ABC beam, we have to analyze this beam using the stiffness method. EI is constant. Now we know that step number 1 is to get the DKI, degree of freedom we have to find out. And we know that the degree of freedom for fixed support, if the support is fixed one, degree of freedom will be 0. At hinge and roller, hinge, roller, as well as intermediate support, degree of freedom will be 1, and that will be rotation. So these fundamentals we know. Now tell me, for this particular beam, what is the value of degree of freedom or DKI? DKI किती असेल याचा?
1.
1, correct. So DKI will be 1, and that will be DKI will be 1, correct. That is
Theta B.
theta b, correct. Theta b means at point B we will have the rotation, that is theta b, and we have to give the number for this particular node. So here we are having only one node, so that's why one node only at a B. Okay. So going for the solution, step number 1 to find out the DKI, that will be 1, that is for theta b, rotation at B we can say. Then draw the beam with a node point. So here we can consider point 1 or node 1, it will be at a B, and this is the rotation. So you can consider this as a theta B, or you can consider this as a D1. So as that of your flexibility method. So in case of flexibility method, we have considered Q1, Q2, Q3, and so on, isn't it? So here you can consider this as a D1, D2 up to Dn. So here, so first will be D1, and node 1, it will be at a point B. This is the point 1. Okay. Now next step, it is for the AD matrix. Now what is AD matrix? It is stand for if there is a point load or the movement acting at a point of degree of freedom. ज्या पॉइंटला डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम आहे, इथं पॉइंट बी आहे तो, मग पॉइंट बी वरती जर पॉइंट लोड असेल किंवा मुवमेंट असेल, कपल असेल, then your AD matrix will exist. Now if you see the loading diagram, so no any load is acting on point B, so that's why it is a null matrix. It is a null matrix means it will have the 0 element. Okay, so as no force or moment acting at a point of degree of freedom. So what is that point of degree of freedom? Means node, and node only one is there at a point B. Okay. Next, it is for the ADL matrix. What is ADL matrix? It is the net fixed end moment or a net force. Okay. So if our degree of freedom is theta, theta degree of freedom असेल, in that case we have to find out the net fixed end moment. लक्षात ठेवा. and if our degree of freedom is delta, हे डेल्टा कधी येणार, सेटलमेंट असेल किंवा स्वे असेल. जनरली इन केस ऑफ स्वे फ्रेम डेल्टा विल बी देअर, स्वे फ्रेम. So if degree of freedom is delta, then we have to find out the net force. We have to find out the force in that case when we are having the delta. But here, what degree of freedom we are having? We are having theta b. Theta आहे म्हणजे आपल्याला काय फाइंड आउट करायचं आहे, नेट फिक्स्ड एंड मोमेंट वी हॅव टू वर्क आउट और वी हॅव टू फाइंड आउट. क्लियर. Now how to get the net fixed end moment? So for that case we have to consider loading diagram of a beam. Now see here, so we know that due to the given loading condition, fixed end moment will be generated for each span. First fixed end moment always acting in the anti-clockwise direction, and the next fixed end moment it will be clockwise like this. Okay, so similarly for BC span, first fixed end moment anti-clockwise, next fixed end moment clockwise, and this is our node 1. Node 1 is there at a point B. This is the node 1, and we have to find out the ideal matrix, means we have to find out the net fixed end moment at this node 1. We have to find out the net fixed end moment at node 1 only, because as our dki is 1, so that ideal matrix also will have only one element, that will be ADL1, that is the net fixed end moment at node 1. This is the node 1, and at a node 1 we are having two fixed end moment. So ADL1 at node 1, the net fixed end moment will be summation of both the fixed end moment for AB and BC. So that will be m bar BA. So this is the fixed end moment for AB span, m bar BA plus m bar BC. So this is the fixed end moment of BC span. Okay, समजते का बघा. So these are the fixed end moment. This is for m bar BA. This is for m bar BC. Now we have to put the all the corresponding values and you have to find out the answer. Now here, so what we have to remember? So this is the fixed end moment, and anti-clockwise is positive. Our sign convention, anti-clockwise positive. Okay. Now, so what is the value of m bar BA? M bar BA is clockwise, that's why minus, and m bar BC is anti-clockwise, that's why plus. Now these are the standard loading condition. We know the formulas for the fixed end moment. Now tell me, what is the formula for m bar BA? What is the formula for this loading condition and for this movement? What is m bar BA? UDL on entire span. Fixed end moments are given by the formula
minus WL square by 12.
very good, minus WL square by 12. So this will be minus WL square by 12. And what about m bar BC? Eccentric point load. This is A, this is B, and we want m bar BC, first fixed end moment anti-clockwise, that's why plus. But what is the formula to find out the fixed end moment? Formula काय आहे?
W
W.
WAB
Very good.
square
WAB square by L square. Correct. WAB square by L square. So this is the fixed moment formula for eccentric point load. Now put the corresponding value of WL and find out what is ADL1. Clear? So for ADL1, we have to get the net fixed moment at a node 1. So if you solve, so what we get here, so this is the value of ADL1. Okay, this is the value of ADL1. So minus WL square by 12 plus WAB square by L square. So put the value of UDL eccentric point load. So this will be 2 square. This is not 22, 2 square. So if you simplify, so minus 5 plus 13.33, it will be 8.33. So plus 8.33, it is ADL matrix. So as our DKI is 1, so ADL matrix also have only one element, that will be 8.33. 8.33. Okay, so this is step number 4. Now for the next step, that is for the stiffness matrix. So what is stiffness matrix? We have to give the unit positive rotation at each node and find stiffness coefficient. Now tell me, as our dki is equal to 1, so what is the size of our stiffness matrix? What is the order of the stiffness matrix?
1 by 1.
1 by 1, correct. 1 by 1 means ultimately we have to find out only one element. Yes, one only we have to find out in this stiffness matrix. And how to get that element? So give the unit positive rotation. Give the unit positive rotation. So how to give the rotation? So here at a point B, this is the node 1 we are having. This is the node 1 we are having. So give the unit positive rotation means anti-clockwise rotation. So this is anti-clockwise rotation. Why anti-clockwise? See, this is the anti-clockwise, this is the anti-clockwise. If you see that rotation, it is anti-clockwise. Now at a point where we have given the unit anti-clockwise rotation, then movement will be generated. Then at that particular point, movement will be generated, and that movement will be 4 ei by L. So movement for BA span will be 4 ei by L, and for BC span also it is 4 ei by L. So at a point of unit rotation or at a point of unit translation, movement will be generated. So for rotation, movement will be 4 ei by L. And at adjacent node at A and C, movement will be twice of ei by L. Movement will be twice of ei by L. But here, no need to write that moment at A and C. Why? Because AD, ADL and stiffness matrix, all the elements that we have to find out, we have to find out at these nodes only. ज्या पॉइंटला नंबर आहेत किंवा नोड आहेत त्याच नोडला आपल्याला मुवमेंट किंवा फोर्स फाइंड आउट करायचा आहे. Now if you see the point A, there is no any node, no need to find out the movement. Again at C, no any node, no need to find out the movement. Okay, so don't write that twice of ei by L at A and C. Okay, because we are having only one node, and that is at B only. Suppose in some case, if second node is there at point C, then we have to write twice of ei by L. In that case, we have to write twice of ei by L at C point only. Okay, so here we are having only one node, so movement will be generated 4 ei by L. So there are two spans, so 4 ei by L for both the span we have to submit or we have to add it. So yes, 4 ei by L of AB plus 4 ei by L of BC span. So like this, 4 ei by L of BA plus 4 ei by L of BC. So what is L of AB? That is 2. So 4 by 2, that will be twice of ei. And for BC, it will be 4 by 3, 1.33. So 2 plus 1.33, that will be 3.33 ei. So this is S11. And this is our stiffness matrix. Stiffness matrix is equal to ei outside the matrix, that will be 3.33. Okay, 3.33. Next, use the stiffness equation. So what we have to use? We have to use the stiffness equation. AD is equal to ADL plus S into D. So what is the here unknown displacement? D matrix का है तो unknown displacement है theta B. So I can write here theta B directly. So AD is 0 matrix, ADL it is 8.33 that we have calculated, and for stiffness it is 3.33 EI theta B. Okay, so if you simplify further, so what we get, that 8.33, it will be minus 8.33 divided by 3.33, so that you will get the value of ei theta B as minus 2.5. So this is the unknown displacement that we have calculated. Now tell me, what is the direction of this rotation? What is the direction of this rotation? Rotation
Clockwise.
clockwise. Very good. Clockwise direction. Why clockwise? Because here we have considered anti-clockwise positive, but the answer is minus, means it is clockwise rotation. Clockwise rotation. Now next task is that we have found out the unknown displacement theta B. Now our next task is get the final end moment. So we are having AB and BC span. So we have to find out yum AB, yum BA, yum BC, and yum CB. So these are the four movement, final movement that we have to find out. Okay. Now to get that final end movement, to get the final end movement, we have to use slope deflection equation, and in that slope deflection equation, ei theta b value we have to put as a minus 2.5. Okay, so use slope deflection equation to get the final end moment. So here initially for AB member, that will be yum AB is equal to yum bar AB plus twice of EI by L in bracket twice of theta A plus theta B minus 3 delta by L can be discarded as no any settlement is given or sinking is given. Now here theta A will be 0. Why? Theta A will be 0. Theta A will be 0. What is the reason? And this is our beam. This is the beam. Theta A का 0 असेल.
Fixed end.
Fixed end, correct. Because our support A is fixed one. So at fixed support, slope will be 0. So that's why theta A will be 0. Now put the value yum bar AB. Anti-clockwise movement is there. Anti-clockwise WL square by 12. So that's why plus phi u. Okay, this will be 0. Twice of EI by L. What is L? That will be 2. Okay, that will be 2. And what we get answer as plus 2.5 kilonewton meter for yum AB. Now tell me movement is positive. So what is the direction of movement? This movement, what is the direction?
Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise, correct. Because anti-clockwise is positive as per our sign convention. So this will be anti-clockwise. Okay. So similarly, get the movement for yum BA. So yum bar BA plus twice of EI by L in bracket theta A plus twice of theta B. So this will be theta B, that will be twice because first alphabet is B. So slope of that will be twice of theta B. If you solve this, you will get minus 10. Minus 10 means clockwise movement. This is for AB member. Next it is for BC member. So for BC member, yum BC, yum bar BC plus twice of EI by L in bracket twice of theta B. Theta C here will be 0 due to the fixicity. So yum BC will be plus 10. So see here, yum BA was minus 10. So equal and opposite moment. So for a beam where two members are connected, moment should be equal and opposite. So minus 10 plus 10. Summation is 0, hence okay. Okay. Then yum CB. So put the corresponding values of yum bar CB plus twice of EI by L, twice of theta C plus theta B. So you will get answer as minus 8.34. Minus means clockwise movement. So these are the final moments. These are the final end moments for a given beam. Next, we have to draw the superimposed BMD. So just focus on the superimposed BMD, and the same funda we have to apply what we have studied in slope deflection method. Okay, so you can refer that videos or you can refer that PPT for the superimposed BMD. So for, as far as SFD is concerned, so there are very rare chances are there. So they will ask the MCQs on the SFD. So I'm skipping that part. Okay. For superimposed BMD, same funda as that of our unit number 1 and 2 we have to apply. So this is the type 1 when the both end are fixed. Now we will see the second type where one of the end support is simple. Now here continuous beam ABC, and there is a change in cross section. For AB it will be twice and for BC it will be 1. Means for AB it will be twice of EI and for BC it will be EI. Now support C, it is the end support and that is simple. So what we can conclude here? What we can conclude from the support C? Yes. What we can conclude? Final movement at C will be final moment at support C will be, final moment काय असेल at support C?
0.
0. Correct. Final movement will be 0. End support आहे आणि simple आहे. End support and simple, so that's why final movement will be 0. Okay. Now proceed step by step. So what is the degree of freedom? What is the degree of freedom we are having here? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. DKI,
3.
theta B and theta B and theta C. So 2 degree of freedoms. Okay, 2 degree of freedom. So DKI is 2. Now, so you can number for B as a 1 and 2 as a C. Okay, and same number we have to maintain. So you can consider left to right, or you can consider 1 for C and 2 for B. It's up to you. So I will consider 1 for B and 2 for C. So first DKI, that will be 2 theta B theta C. So D1 will be theta B and D2 will be theta C. So these are the beam with node point. 1 it is for B and 2 it is for C. Next it is for AD matrix. Now if you consider the beam, so no any load, no any point load or movement is acting at a point B and C. B आणि C पॉइंटला कोणताच पॉइंट लोड किंवा मुवमेंट ऍक्ट होत नाही सेपरेटली, फक्त त्याच पॉइंटवरती किंवा त्याच सपोर्टवरती. So that's why AD matrix, once again it is the null matrix, as no force or movement acting at a point of degree of freedom, means acting at a point B or C. B आणि C ला काहीच लोड ऍक्ट होत नाही, पॉइंट लोड or movement. That's why null matrix. So for ADL matrix, you have to find out the net fixed end moment. If you see the loading diagram, now see here, this is the loading diagram. So we know that fixed end moment anti-clockwise, clockwise. Again for BC it will be anti-clockwise, clockwise. This is node 1, this is node 2. So here, as we are having DKI 2, so there will be 2 net fixed end moment. So first it is at node 1, this will be ADL1. Okay, and this value will be ADL2. Now tell me what is the value of ADL2, standard formula for ADL2, standard formula. ADL1, ADL2, ADL2 सांगा अगोदर. प्लस मायनस काय असेल, प्लस असेल की मायनस असेल? प्लस की मायनस? Yes. See, this is the second node. This is the fixed end movement. एकच movement आहे, ती कशी आहे, clockwise आहे. That's why minus. And what is the formula? BC span, it is subjected to the central point load. Means what? What is the formula of fixed end movement? Clockwise, that's why minus, as per our sign convention. Okay. But what is the magnitude of that fixed end movement? ही movement काय असेल, फॉर्म्युला काय आहे? सेंट्रल पॉइंट लोड
WL/8.
yes, minus or clockwise WL by 8. Correct, WL by 8. and ADL1 कोण सांगेल आता मग? ADL1 ला दोन मुवमेंट आहेत, क्लॉकवाइज अँटी क्लॉकवाइज. क्लॉकवाइज म्हणजे मायनस, UDL आहे मायनस WL² by 12, अँटी क्लॉकवाइज प्लस for point load, central point load, plus WL by 8. Okay, so this is our ADL matrix. So ADL matrix will be ADL1, it will be M bar BA plus M bar BC minus WL² by 12 plus WL by 8. ADL2 M bar CB, it will be minus WL by 8. So if you solve this, minus 35, minus 25. So our ADL matrix will be minus 35 and minus 25. Column matrix 2 by 1 column matrix हे लिहायचं आहे यानंतर, 2 by 1 column matrix. Okay, next it is for the stiffness matrix. So what is stiffness matrix? Give the unit positive rotation at each node and find stiffness coefficient. Now tell me, how many elements will be there in this stiffness matrix? किती element असतील?
4.
4. Yes, 4 elements we have to find out. Now tell me, so at which point we have to give the unit rotation? कोणकोणत्या पॉइंटला युनिट रोटेशन द्यायचं आहे? This is node 1, this is node 2. रोटेशन कुठे द्यायचं आहे अगोदर? इनिशियली
B ला.
yes, initially at B, get the first column element S11, S21. After that, give the unit rotation at C and get the second column element S12 and S22. That we will see now. So give the unit rotation initially at a point B. This will be node 1. This will be node 2. So if you do so, so movement will be generated. ज्या पॉइंटला रोटेशन दिलेला आहे, ठीक आहे, ज्या पॉइंटला युनिट रोटेशन दिलेला आहे त्या पॉइंटला मुवमेंट जनरेट होते 4EI/L. Okay, but here B, it is the junction. So at the point B there are two span, BA span and BC span. So that's why movement will be generated for BA as well as BC. Now see here, so what we are having, 4EI/L for BA and 4EI/L for BC, and half movement will transfer to the adjacent node. Adjacent node काय आहे? सेकंड पॉइंट कुठं आहे? सी ला आहे. सो ऍट सी इट विल बी ट्वाइस ऑफ EI/L. ओके, ए पॉइंटला आपण मुवमेंट घेतलेली नाही, ट्वाइस ऑफ EI/L. का घेतली नाही सांगा? Why we have not considered twice of EI/L value at A?
Fixed end.
Fixed end. Fixed end. Correct. Answer is correct. Because at A there is no point of degree of freedom. कारण point A ला degree of freedom possibleच नाही काही. त्यामुळे तिथं कोणताच नोड नाही, नंबर नाही. इन शॉर्ट काय करायचंय, ज्या पॉइंटला नंबर नाहीत तिथं मुवमेंट काही घ्यायची गरज नाही. This is the fixed support. So no degree of freedom. So there is no any node. So no need to consider. Okay. So what is S11 here? Stiffness at 1 due to the rotation at 1. Means this movement of AB plus this movement of BC. See here, BA and BC. So for BA, cross section is twice. So 4 into 2, that will be 8EI/6. Okay, 8EI/6. That will be 1.33. This will be 1.33. And that of BC, it will be 4EI/4. That will be 1. So that's why 2.33 EI. It is S11, and S21 will be 2EI/L. And what is L? That will be 4 meter. So 2 by 4, 0.5 EI. So we have got the first column element as 2.33 EI and 0.5 EI. First column element when theta B is equal to 1. Theta B is equal to 1. Now next, give the unit rotation for theta C. Now we have to give the unit rotation for the second node. First node चं घेतलं, आता second node. So if you give the rotation at second, we get S12 and S22. Stiffness at 1 and 2 due to the rotation at 2. बघा second point 22 आहे, तिथं rotation आहे. And we know that at a point where we have given the unit rotation, here theta C is equal to 1, movement will be generated, and that movement is 4EI/L, and half of that movement will be transferred to the adjacent node point. That will be twice of EI/L. So S12, stiffness at this one due to the rotation at 2, it will be twice of EI/L. So here L will be BC span. No? So this twice of EI/L, this movement, it is due to the rotation at C. So that's why we have to consider BC length. That will be 4. So 2 by 4, 0.5 EI. EI is constant for BC. Then S22, stiffness at 2 due to the rotation at 2 itself, means that will be 4 EI/L. So L is 4. So 4 by 4 EI. So here we have got 0.5 EI and 1 EI. So this is our second column element. Next, we have to use the stiffness equation. Stiffness equation will be AD is equal to ADL plus S into D. Okay, because here we are having DKI2, so everywhere column matrix will be of order 2 by 1, and the stiffness matrix will be of order 2 by 2. So put the values. So AD matrix will be a null matrix. So for ADL minus 35 minus 25, and for stiffness 2.33, 1.5, 0.5, and D1, D2, these are the unknown displacement that we have to find out. D1 is theta B and D2 is theta C. Okay. Now, if you rearrange this matrix operations, or if you perform the matrix operation, you will get two equations to unknown. So these terms, constant terms minus terms, if you consider on the other side of the equation, it will become plus. Okay, here it will become plus 35 and plus 25. So 2 by 2 equations will be there. 2 by 2 simultaneous equation is there. So you can solve on your calci. So how to solve? Press the mode button. 2 by 2 simultaneous equation. A1 2.33, B1 0.5, C1 35. Then A2 0.5, B2 1, and C2 plus 25. Press equal to, we get first answer as 10.82 and second answer as 19.60. This is for theta B, this is for theta C. Now these are the unknown displacement. So using this fundamental of stiffness method, we have got so here we have got the values of unknown displacement. What we have got? We have got the values of unknown displacement here. Okay. Now, once you get the value of unknown displacement, theta B and theta C, what is our next task? What is next? Theta B, theta C bhetlo. What is our ultimate aim? We have to find out yum AB, yum BA, yum BC, and yum CB. Final end moment we want. So we have got the unknown displacement. So what is next? Next is that we have to use the slope deflection equations to solve for the unknowns. Slope deflection equations to solve for the unknown moments. Okay, final end moments we can say. So apply the slope deflection equation, get the final end moment. Okay, by putting the value of theta B and theta C. Theta A will be 0 due to the fixed end. Put the value of theta B and theta C in respective equations. So this is your homework. This part you have to perform at yourself, because already we have discussed in this unit number 1. So what is changed? Theta B, theta C, these are the unknown displacement we have calculated using the stiffness method. That is the logic. So use the slope deflection equation and get the value of moment. And once you get the values, next draw the SFD and BMD. So don't draw the SFD, just draw the superimposed BMD. Okay. So this is the solution for this particular numerical. Get the unknown displacement using the stiffness equation, then use the slope deflection equation to get the final end moment. Okay, so try to get the final end moment using the slope deflection equation. And in tomorrow's session, I think tomorrow in morning session, there are 2 lectures of SA2. So in that session, we will have the practice session. Practice session means what? I will share the assignment number 3, and that will be MCQ type. So during that session means at 10:30 to 11:30, or might be up to 12:15, you have to attempt that assignment online. That will be Google form. Okay. So tomorrow 1 or 2 hours you have to solve that assignment and you have to submit it. Immediately after submission, you will know how many answers are correct and how many answers are wrong. Okay. So tomorrow will be just the practice session for SA2. So in the next session, in next week, we will study one more numerical on the sinking of support for a beam. Then we will start with the frame. So to complete unit number 4, are required 3 to 4 sessions. So means up to Wednesday or Thursday, we will finish unit number 4. Okay. So homework will be get the final moment using the slope deflection equations for this numerical. I will share the PPT also. And for any doubt, you can call me. Thank you.